Okay, welcome. And let's take the ropes and just walk forward. Try to press from your feet. Feel the earth beneath you. Feel the armpit chest lift. Lift the head. Lift the center of the chest, the sternum. Lift the corners of the smiley face. So lift the belly. And to bring the pose to life, we ignite the breath. So let's inhale together. Feel the armpit chest lifting, the center chest. Feel the legs getting taller and longer. And continue that sense of lifting as you follow through your exhale. Deep breaths now, feeling the breath move freely through the body. Moksha, so the freer the breath, the freer the body. So let the breath lead the effort. Looking ridiculously happy, it's a sign of enlightenment. So the chest is lifting on both the inhale and the exhale. Lower ribs drop down and in. See if you can feel a sense of those inner ankles rolling out as you press hard through the outer back heel. Inner thighs back, knees lifting. Nicely done, nicely done. So just observe how quickly we forget about the breath. So returning back to the breath. Each time you start to notice the mind, the conversation. Let's slowly release. As we walk back, release the left arm. Let's come out to a 90-degree angle. Don't lift the shoulder, turning forward. So again, feeling the side of the spine getting long as you feel that armpit chest area lift. Breathing deeply. So breathe to create movement through those side muscles, through the ribs. Feel the movement in the rib area. As you completely finish that exhale, letting go of whatever it is you no longer need. Feeling that sense of release. Let's unwind, going back the way we came, grabbing the left hand to the rope. Let's walk out to the 90-degree angle without jolting the shoulder, turning forward. Breathe deeply. So feel the body get tall. Feel as though you were growing like a vine. Feel the muscles, the bones inside the body participate, working with the breath. Breathing deeply, full body breaths now. So sometimes you find you drop the head You just notice, try to have a neutral gaze, just do your best. Good. It feels great to let go of that dead energy, that lifelessness inside the body, and fill it with something new. So moving slowly, going back the way we came. Good. So let's come on to the belly. Let's come on to the belly here. And we're just taking a look forward. This is not as easy as it looks. So we're stacking the elbows under the shoulders and take the time to spread your fingers nice and wide. See if you can press through your inner wrists, so close the space and create that space by widening your fingers. Let's draw the backs of those forearms back, inner shoulder blades together, outer shoulder blades back. So we want to avoid the chicken look. So we're lifting up and out of those joints, pressing through the tops of the feet, lifting the knees. Lift those knees off the floor. And if you can, lengthen the instep of the inner ankles. So we want to lengthen the instep, the insides of the feet. Think about lengthening the insides of your feet. Drawing those back, forearms straight back. Those back outer arms, back, back, back. Breathe deeply here. This is an advanced pose. See if you can draw the outer buttocks, cheeks in. Nicely done. Lift a little taller. Nice, not with the neck. Try to lift by pressing down through those arms. That's it. To liberate the neck. Good job. Let's reach the right arm forward. Bend your left knee, bringing it in front. Let's bend the right leg, catch that right foot with the left hand, take the right heel to the buttocks. Lengthen the right thigh. Lengthen that thigh from the hip, along that thigh, out through the kneecap. Breathing deeply. Enjoy the stretch. So we want to feel a sense of tucking those right ribs in and under. Opening the armpit chest. It's a full body experience. And that experience really comes to life when you focus on your breath. Breathing deeply to bring something new, to bring life back to the body, to clear the mind of all that clutter. Breathe deeply, full body breaths. So pressing down through the top of that right thigh, we're going to roll towards the back body. And if you need a blanket, take a blanket underneath, or your hand or nothing. As we roll towards the back body, pressing through the top of that right thigh, take that right foot to the floor. Lifting through the sternum, lifting through that center chest. So this is the first element, and then we can add the left leg by straightening that left leg, walking that left foot to the right hand. If you wanted to grab a strap, you could if you can't reach, or just enjoy. But the main effort is to press through the top of that right thigh. Feel a sense of tucking the pelvis in and under, lifting the center and the armpit chest. Breathing deeply. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Forget your troubles, forget your cares, just focus on your breath. I was about to break out into song there. Come on, let's get happy. As my teacher says, be happiness. Very simple. It's present, it's clear. Be happiness. So again, if you wanted to walk that left foot a little closer to the right hand, you can. And you can use a strap. But the main action is to press down through the top of that right thigh and lift your chest. It's a great hip opener. It's a great twist. It's a back bend. It's a lot of things. So we move slowly in this pose because it's very deep. Deep and intense for the spine, for the central nervous system. Release your right foot. Let's bring the knees together. This keeps the back safe. And then come onto the belly. Just for a little bit of fun here. Let's interlace the palms, pressing down through the outsides of the wrists. So we have this little triangle, and then let's tuck the toes in and under and come into a plank position. So I just look to see where my feet are at, and then the main focus is to tuck, tuck, tuck. Scoop your pelvis in and under, lift the center and armpit chest forward, looking ridiculously happy. So press down through those outer wrists. See if you can draw your heels back, stretching through the backs of those toes as you press down through the backs of those toes. Breathe deeply, full body breaths. So this is a full body asana. It's excellent for your core. The core is really all about the torso where the organs live. And you can intensify this by coming forward, rolling on your toes, and coming back. Looking ridiculously happy there. Good job. I saw a little giggle there. Nice. All right. So lifting, doing your best. So you can walk your feet in towards you. Drop your head down and just turn your head from side to side to release the neck. And then lift up through your hips. Lift your hips up, 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 up. Let your head hang. Take your heels down. Breathe deeply, full body breaths. See if you can take those hips back a little further. And then let's drop the knees down. And let's take a child's pose here. So just stretch your arms forward. I have arms nice and straight. And if you need, you can always grab a block and put it underneath your head. Dropping your hips to your heels. So we're rolling the creases of the inner elbows up to externally rotate those shoulders out. And then let's come back onto the belly here. And let's reach the left arm forward. There we go. Bring your right knee forward, that's bend the left leg, and catch your right hand to the left foot. Take the heel to the buttocks. Try to drop that left hip down into the floor. Try and feel the length from that left hip along the top of the thigh. Feel the energy travel out through that left kneecap. And then feel a sense of softening your pelvis as you gently tuck it in and under. Breathe deeply, full body breaths. So the breath is reaching your fingers and your toes. So we're going to start to come towards the back body, and again you can use a blanket. If you need a blanket, Walter, underneath your head, you can have it there. But the main action is to press down through the top of that left thigh, taking the left foot to the floor, lifting the chest, and then walking that right foot to the left hand. Breathing deeply here. This is a deep pose. It's a double hip opener. Allow the breath to lead the effort. Surrender to your breath. Over time, the pose moves from something very muscular to something more organic. And we can start to feel the breath penetrating the organs. It becomes a full-bodied experience, inside and out. So focus on your breath and let your thoughts go for a minute. Fill the body up with that new life. So we're working toward lifting the sternum to the sky. And some of us are very tight. Some of us are tighter on one side. The most important element is that you do what you can. Forget the rest. just focus on what you can do. And over time, if we hold the pose for an extended period, the pose moves from not just an organic action, but it becomes something altogether energetic, something unique and special takes place. In this energetic phase, new life comes to the body. New energy. Things start to move around and shift. So we need to linger long enough to give the body a chance to accept this new place. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So gently release that right hand. Let's bring the knees together. This helps to keep the lower back safe. One more time. Let's come on to the belly. And we're just doing a few little back movements because we're here. Let's stack the palms. Bring your forehead onto your palms. And we just simply straighten the legs and kick. So the action comes from behind the buttocks cheeks, behind the pelvic girdle area. And we keep the legs nice and long, nice and straight, taut. Just do what you can. We all have limitations, but we go beyond those limitations. We forget those limitations and focus on the new mantra, do what you can. Looking ridiculously happy while you do it. At the very least, I guarantee you will feel better. So you may find that you need to take breaks, but this is an excellent movement for the back. Let's stop here, and now let's walk the feet nice and wide so that the knees come out to the edge of the mat. Bring your feet together, and we're simply dropping the head, pressing through the heels. See if you can feel your outer buttocks cheeks draw in. Take some deep breaths here. And then slowly lift the feet, squeeze, and drop. So just working at your own pace. Just focus on squeezing your heels together at the very least. Good job. That's gently release. So we're just going to add one more element to this. We're going to lift and extend the legs, squeeze the outer buttocks, cheeks, and draw in and drop. Lift, extend. So just do a few, do what you can. Don't overexert yourself. Enjoy the experience. Okay, great. Let's drop the knees down. Let's release and walk the feet in. Bring your hands to your lower ribs. Squeeze the elbows back and in. Let's press up. And let's just do a few spinal waves here to release the back. So tuck the tail. Lift the belly, release the head, and just breathe here. Breathe deeply, full body breaths. Let's slowly release, leading with the tail as we roll one vertebrae at a time. Drop your shoulders down, straighten your arms, spread your fingers wide. That's it. So we roll the creases of those inner elbows forward. So in this spinal extension, lift the lower ribs up and in. You want to support, not collapse. Good, so we're holding here, we're still here. Try to feel a sense of the shoulders dropping down. Let the weight come into the palms, arms dead straight, like you're drawing your arms back. Chest forward. All right, let's do a few spinal waves. Leading with the tail, rolling one vertebrae at a time. See if you can pause at the end of each spinal wave, just lingering in that moment of stillness before you begin that next wave, that next breath. Nice and fluid. So this brings moisture back into the spine, releases the nerves, creates space between the vertebrae. It's one of the number one things you can do for your back. Bringing the spine into flexion and extension with a nice fluid movement. Hoo-ah! So enjoy liberating your spine. Okay, so coming into spinal extension, let's reach the right arm up, drop the left shoulder down, and 1 in 4 people will have a shoulder injury. So there may be a discrepancy between the two sides. Just focus on dropping the shoulders down, creating space from the shoulder to the ear, lifting the center chest. Let's thread that right hand through. Press through the left, reaching the right. Let's just do a few to the rhythm of your breath. Let's take the right hand to meet the left. So again, spread your fingers wide, reach that left arm up. And we're just lingering here, dropping the shoulder down, lifting through the center chest. Breathing deeply here, full body breath. So try to soften your shoulders. And you can see I'm focusing a lot on the alignment of stacking the joints, saving the joints. So alignment is going to save your joints. And if you think about popping up and out of those joints, even better. Let's thread the hand through, reach. Let's reach the left arm up.
Scene 5, take 7, action.
Mom, I won the 1v1 against Johnny. Yeah, I know. I just hope it's enough for me to make the team. Okay, bye. I'll be home in 5 minutes.
where the leg and the buttocks meet, widen them, pressing the backs of those thighs down, lift the armpit chest, lift the belly. So eventually the belly lands on the thighs first, if you can imagine. We don't curl in the upper spine. So we just think about reaching the chest forward, and we use the legs. The legs are really working here. Are they working? Yeah, nice. Yeah. Work your legs. That's it. All right. So you, my dear man, should be sitting taller. But anyway, we're going to move on here. We are going to move on. And I hadn't planned this, but we'll just do this because we're here. Let's bend the left leg, and let's take the left hand to the right foot because it feels oh so good. That's it. Nice. Nice. So sit on a bolster. Yes. Si, mon chéri. So don't be cheap with yourself. If you need the height, give yourself what you need. And there's typically enough space so that we can scooch around and eventually bind, but we're not focusing. We're just taking a nice deep stretch here because we're giving the little heart a hug by drawing that left thigh into the left side body, lifting through the chest, breathing deeply. So this left side, that's where the heart lives, and we're getting into this left side body by breathing and getting into massage that area behind the ribs. Can you feel it? And we can do that by using that left leg, by lifting the chest. Good. Let's release. Just grab your shin. Just for a minute. Lift your chest. Lift your right leg. Lift tall. Let's release. Straighten the left leg. Let's bend the right. And take your right hand to your left foot. So again, we just focus on what we can do. We can feel good about whatever that is. Exactly. And right now, we're getting into the liver, the spleen, the pancreas. These are areas that really do need attention. Because if they don't get enough attention and trouble is there, it's very hard to find. So it's just better to look after that area of the body. And this helps that. We can feel the massage on that right side. And again, we're using that right leg. There's a little bit of space, a hand print. And it just feels oh so good, doesn't it? And we're trying to lift the chest. And you can see I'm using the left hand to give me a little bit of momentum and height. Breathing deeply, yes. Let's hug the leg and sit tall. So we're bringing that thigh close to the chest. This is the opportunity. And then lift the leg. That's it. Tightening that left thigh around the bone. Make that left leg longer and longer. Shoulders down. Lift your belly. Good job. Let's release the left leg down. And now, I had said that we would do a little bit of this strap work, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. So if you need a little cushioning, you can open your blanket. Take the strap, the band, And we're just going to do a few of these on either side just because it's good for us, right? Yeah. So the most important thing is that you want to line everything up. And then let's bring the knees forward. And you can either lay down or come up like so, whichever works. And we're just squeezing the heels together. The heels are right in line with the buttocks. Then we just open the knee, hold and squeeze and close. Squeeze your heels. Squeeze the outer buttocks, cheeks. So you can do as many as you like here. This is just a good one. So you can see I'm bringing my knees back, so the further back, the better. All right, let's change sides. So again, try and have everything in line. Squeeze your heels. Look ridiculously happy. And here we go. Open the knees, squeeze the buttocks, cheeks, tuck, and release. Squeeze your heels, tuck, and so. Enjoy the movement. We're not doing too many, just a few. It's important to activate your glutes. This is a great way to strengthen this area. And as I said, you can be up or down, whichever suits you. Good job. Really good job. All right, I have an idea. Let's come onto our back. All right? So I'm just going to move the blanket because it's good not to let your mat get too crowded. And yes, here we are. So we're going to just lie on the back and gently tuck your shoulders so the shoulders drop down. We're just simply lifting the knees, stacking the knees above the hips, and we just start to find the core by slowly dropping the feet down, squeezing them to the buttocks, and lifting up. So the knees are just a hinge, and we're just dropping the lower ribs down. There should be a sense of space behind the lower back. So even though you're pressing your lower back down, there's a sense of space there. The lower ribs are dropping down. And this just sort of wakes up the core. Breathe deeply here, full body breaths. So the core is really important. It just supports the spine. It's really all about, as I mentioned, the whole torso. So you can do as many of these as you like. Let's stop here by having your shins parallel to the floor. Squeeze your heels. Let's open the knees. Squeeze your buttocks, cheeks, and hold. So you're pressing down through your sacrum, lower ribs down, sense of space behind your lower back. And then we're just opening and closing the knees. Breathe deeply. So you're right on your sacrum. And again, as I said, you can do as many of these as you like. Or not. All right, so let's take the feet down to the floor. Walk your feet in towards your fingertips. Tuck the shoulders in and under. And we're just going to lift so that the sits bones are off the ground. So we're just finding this place. Squeeze your buttocks, cheeks, press through all four corners of your feet. So we're hovering above the surface. Feel those legs. You want to really feel your legs working here. Pressing through your feet, scooping and tucking your tail, tucking your sits bones. And then let's press through all four corners of the feet. Let's lift the hips best you can. Just do what you can. Lift your hips. And now open that neck area. Just roll your head from side to side so that you're on your shoulder blades and you're not pressing the back of the neck into the ground. And then let's open the knees so you're now on the outsides of the feet. Press through the outsides of the feet. Tuck, 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 tuck. Let's close the knees and drop so that we're just hovering. Tuck, 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 tuck. Hovering. And lift. Feel all four corners. Feel the buttocks, cheeks. Let's open the knees so you're on the outsides of the feet. Tuck, 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 tuck. And then let's drop the feet down. So it's a nice slow movement. You can do as many as you like, dropping the hips down, just moving to your own pace. But we want to hold and really feel the muscles. So don't be in a rush. All right, let's drop the hips down. Let's take the strap off. And let's come around and take your bricks to the wall. And if you need a blanket underneath your head, please feel free to grab one. Let's grab the strap. And let's take the feet to the bricks. So notice how my knees are bent, and as I press my feet into the bricks, oops, the skin of the back of the body is drawing down now, and the front is lifting up. And then we can just ground the femur bones. This helps us to breathe a little more deeply by taking the bolster on top of the thighs. Just for a minute, press the bolster down just to feel the sense of how it liberates the upper chest. Squeeze your outer buttocks, cheeks. Take the backs of those thighs down to the ground. So I've sort of been stuck on this little routine lately because hamstrings are so important, and Supta Padangusthasana can really help with a lot of things done correctly. Let's slide the bolster so it's just on top of the left thigh. Draw the right thigh into the chest. Tuck the right sits bone in and under as you lengthen that left leg. Drop the chin into the chest so you're lengthening the back of the neck. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe deeply, full body breath. Look ridiculously happy, at least on the inside. So lift the corners of the smiley face. Lift the belly. Easy seated position. Sitting tall from your sits bones. Feel the stillness you've worked so hard to create. Let's bring the hands to prayer. Take a moment and thank yourself for the effort to bringing something new, and more importantly, leaving whatever it is you no longer need here on your mat. Park it. Namaste.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love it.